Hello, this is Mr. Kuchma, and I am the teacher for the Workplace Math 11 online course. I will be helping out students and being your guide along the way. Most oftentimes, I'm teaching students in this course who don't love math for the most part. Some of you might have taken Foundations of Math in Pre-Calculus 10, and then you're taking this course, and it's going to be way easier. You're going to have an awesome time. But even those of you who took Workplace Math 10 will notice that Workplace Math 11 is actually easier. There's less content, and the content that there is actually easier. So no more trigonometry with SOHCAHTOA and things like that. But anyway, I want to be your guide and show you how this works. This is Brightspace, and whenever you log in, you should see me on the far right-hand side. My head's in this video right now, but you can send me an email very easily by clicking on this link. And if you ever want to book a time with me, you can go here, and I'll want to meet with all of you when you start the course, and you can find that I've got meeting hours a lot throughout the year. Some of you guys might be starting now and be working over the summer. I'm recording this on May 23rd. But there'll be people starting all throughout the year. So lots of you starting in September, lots of you starting, October, or in the second semester in like January or February. People start the course at all different points. And I look forward to helping you guys through. I want to show you guys how to navigate this course. So I'm going to view the course as a student. So hopefully when you log in, this is what you will see. And when you log into the course and you're navigating through Brightspace and through any course that looks like this, I definitely recommend clicking on this content button. The content button is, in my opinion, the best way to view everything in the course and be able to jump in. And so you'll see that everything's kind of laid out in a linear fashion from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 4 and the final exam. And so you should notice there's only 4 chapters, so it's not too bad. There's 3D rate or objects and rate of change, probability, statistics, and finance. I like this course and I like the content. I find that the content is very driven by real-world application. So in probability, you learn about like games, and in statistics, you learn about how graphs in newspapers are formed and things like that. And in finance, everyone deals with finances once you get a job and things like that. But you don't start with a chapter. The actual thing that you start with is just the course introduction. And so I've got an intro about it. If I click on Launch Unit, it will take you to the very first thing. And this is the welcome. So when you click on Start here, everything will like slowly check mark off. You can see that I've already got check marks because I've already pressed things. But this kind of showcases you a little bit about myself. I've got 5 kids. I love heavy music. Math is my favorite class in high school. I also love biology. These are the big ideas for the course, and this is how you get started. You are definitely going to want a formula sheet for this course. You are going to print this off, and you can use this for every single aspect of the course. You can use it for lessons, assignments, and tests, projects, anything that you desire. It is here to help you in your time throughout the course. So you'll see there's Pythagorean theorem, there's slope, there's compound and simple interest, rate of increase, mean, scale factors, personal loan calculator, an entire deck of cards, because you'll be learning about that in probability, probability of dice rolling, and just some conversion units in case you're ever needing to do a conversion from like centimeters to millimeters or kilometers or something like that. So I am recording this video, and so this is where it's going to go. It's going to go into the course video, and then all of these other things are just Mr. Kuchma stuff. So you won't actually see this, but because I'm logged in, you see this. But these are all the documents that I'm going to make for the course. So yeah, this is the course intro. Once you have completed the course intro, that's the end of the unit, and you move on. So I'll go back to content. You can actually get started in your first chapter. And that's what I want to help you with. I want to showcase how a chapter works. Each chapter has nearly the same thing. So each chapter involves lessons. So you start with lessons, then you do the assignment, then you do the test. And there are 3 projects in the course as well, and I need you to do one of them. So I only require one project. There is a project in the probability chapter, there's a project in the statistics chapter, and there's a project in the finance chapter. So those are the 3 projects that exist, and you need to do one. Let's get started with the first chapter, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So on the left-hand side here, you will see lessons. So there are lessons that you are going to complete, and then you're going to submit your notes for that. There is an assignment, and then you submit that assignment, and then once that assignment is completed, then you can write your test. So I'm going to start with lesson 1 of chapter 1. That is where everyone will be starting. And I give students marks on their lessons out of 10. And I'll show you how that is graded. So there's this big pop-up that says, remember to print off your notes. And you can click on this printing notes. There is a printer icon in the top whenever you are logged in. So that is what I recommend to use. And then as you go through, there are videos, and the videos will have fill in the blanks and stuff. You'll see that there's actually 4 videos to this one. So there's Introduction to 3D Objects, Rate of Change, there's Solving for Unknown Fractions, there's Review of Proportions, and there's another proportion example. So if I hit play,
all right, consider the phone.
We've got this. I'm going to skip to the end, just so you can kind of see that there's actually all of these things here on the far right hand side.
Numerator on top is usually best.
And these are all going to be things that you write into your notes. So as you watch the videos, I'll show this to you in a second here, so that you can see this specific video. And when I show you what the notes look like, you're going to want to click the entire chapter. And you can literally print off all of the notes for the entire course by just clicking chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do 5 and 6, just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the chapters. And then you get the option of videos, readings, and questions. And so this is going to be up to you as to whether or not you want questions. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. I'm going to click questions for right now, and I'll hit print preview. So once it loads, you can see that there are fill in the blanks. So let's take a look at this one. This was the video that we were just looking at, and you can see that there are, I'll hit cancel. There's a ratio. A ratio is a comparison between 2 numbers with the same units. And you can see a ratio is a ... And you have to fill in these things as you watch the videos. And you can see over here on the right hand side, there's all of this to write down about this proportion, and that's what you do. So as you go through these lessons, this is a big part of your marks. And then there are these practice questions down here as well. So the way that I mark notes is that everything is out of 10. So you get 3 marks for watching all of the videos. I don't want you to skip right to the end like I did. I skipped to the end to show that there are fill in the blanks. But you cannot do that. You actually have to watch the videos in their entirety. That's how you learn the content. That's 3 marks. You get 4 marks for filling out your notes. So in this document, you print this off and you can fill these off. You can actually either download this, you can work on this online if you want. Most students just print this off and work in pencil. That's definitely a good idea. Now that's only 7 marks. 4 marks for notes, 3 marks for watching the videos. So that would get you 70%. But in order to get 10 out of 10 and get 100%, you have to complete 5 practice questions per lesson. So you can see that there are 21 practice questions. You do not have to do all 21. Instead, you have to do 5. I do not recommend doing the first 5. I recommend doing like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You might have a good example. Or like every third one or something. But the questions nearer to the end are longer word problems. So they are good to tackle. And the ones that are up here, this is just usually, they're a lot simplistic. And they just give you a question to solve. So you can see I've helped a student do this one. Everything that you write in StudyForge is saved. So you have to do 5 practice questions per lesson. And you can choose the best mode for you. If you like working online, I'm an online teacher. I like working online. I'm good at using my mouse and just writing things in. So anything that you write on the side here in StudyForge, which is where we are right now, in these lessons and in these practice questions, I can see. So I can actually check to see that you're showing your work and all of that kind of stuff, which I do need to see. Or you can print off the practice questions and you can do 5 of them. So you do not have to do all 21 of these practice questions. You could do 5 of them. And you could just go through and answer 5 of them. And then obviously I can see that you've done 5. Now you do not have to print off the practice questions. If you'd rather just work online as much as possible, that's totally okay. But there are quite a few students who like doing their practice questions on paper and with a pencil. So I will leave that option up to you. You can see that you get to lesson 2 next, and there's more fill in the blanks, and then there's more practice questions, and then you get to lesson 3, and there's more fill in the blanks, and then more practice questions, and it follows up with lesson 4 with some more fill in the blanks and some more practice questions. So once you have completed these, you need to submit them to me, and there is a note package and practice question submission box. Now, what I strongly suggest doing is scanning all of your notes in. And you will see here that I have posted what I grade you on. So I want to see that your notes are fully completed. That's 4 marks. I want to see that your practice questions are completed and you've shown your work. That's worth 3 marks. And I want to see that you've watched all of your videos. No skipping. So at least 75%. I want to see that you're watching the vast majority of these videos. And there's 4 chapters, so there's 4 sets of notes that you have to submit to me. If you have a printer, sometimes your printer has a scanner, but if you have a smartphone or someone in your family has a smartphone, there's a couple different apps that can do scanning. One of them is Cam Scanner, one of them I think is called Turbo Scan. I think those are the 2 that I have. So either one of those, you can do scanning and submit them. So once you've completed the lessons, the next step is to work on your assignment. And so for the most part, I give students the option of either downloading a Word document if you like working on paper, or working like by typing things out and whatnot. On Word. But if you want to print this off and scan it in, which is what most people do, you can just print off the PDF. And so this assignment is what I use to check your knowledge, to see what you know. So you are going to put your achievement goal on here, and you're going to put your name and your date, yes. But I want to see how high of a mark you want in Workplace Math 10. Some of you want an A+, And some of you are going to be very happy with a B. And so I'm not going to expect the same amount out of someone who's just wanting a B compared to someone who wants an A+. Okay? So what you will do is you will attempt the assignment to the best of your ability. There's a bunch of questions, and they will be very similar to what you see in the video lessons and the practice questions. So you go through here and you answer all of these. Some of them are tricky. Like question 13 is a little bit tricky. You got to draw this and then put it in 2-point. So drawing can be tricky. This one can be tricky, the perspective or the isometric drawing. But do your best and submit it in. Now, if you're trying to get an A+, I'm looking to see that you pretty much got all the questions right. If you made a small mistake here and there, that's fine. But the assignment is marked on a pass or fail basis. But it's pass or fail until you pass. So you're always going to end up getting 100% of your assignment. But if you're trying to get an A+ and you make like 5 mistakes, I'm going to want you to correct that before moving on to the test. Because I don't want you to write the test if you made five mistakes on your assignment. If you made 5 mistakes on your assignment and you're trying to get a C or a B, you're probably fine. You could make 5 mistakes on the test and you would still get your B or C, and you'd be good to go. So that's how I mark these assignments. You print them off, you scan them in, and only once you have submitted your assignment into the hand-in box, and we've marked them as good to go, and we're like, yes, you have made the achievement goal that you're wanting to get, so you're roughly at whatever level you're trying to get at, then you can write your test. And the test opens up, you won't even see it actually, until I'll hit back to content. And we're going to go to the chapter test. And so here you will see there's a chapter test. Now this chapter test won't show up until you've submitted your assignment. Because I'm a teacher, it is always there. But what you will do is you will print off the chapter test written work. And every single test in the course has 20 questions. So they're all the exact same. And you show your work for each question here. Please note, you can, even if a question is super easy, you still have to write something. Write why you're making your choice. Showing your work is important for me as your teacher, because I don't get to see you, learning and doing this course. I only get to see the work that you submit. So make sure you show your written work. And every single question is actually going to be multiple choice. So I'm going to go back to content. So when you actually start your test, there are 20 questions and it's A, B, C, or D. So the answer is actually always going to be there, and you just have to do your best to find out which one it is. And there's some easy questions, there's some tough questions. Most of them are in the middle, and yeah, students do pretty good on these. But that is basically it. So lessons, assignment, and then a test. The only difference is that in chapters 2, 3, and 4, there are projects. And so when we have a course intro meeting, because I will want to meet with you when you get into the course, I'll talk about the projects. There is a project on common misconceptions in probability. There is a project on manipulating sports statistics. So if you like sports, that's a good one. And there's one on going for the prize in finance. And it's about convincing a very wealthy aunt that you have to give you money to invest and that you're financially responsible. So it's kind of fun. And you only have to do one of these. And at the very end is a final exam. So it looks a little bit different depending on if you are an HCO student or a BCO student. For a BCO student, that means you're cross-enrolled, and we are not your full-time school. And that's different than if you are with HCOS, and we are your full-time school. So when you get to the end of the course, you can just email me and say, Mr. Kuchma, I'm at the end of the course. But that is all for today. Best of luck as you start your journey in Workplace Math 11. I hope this has helped you get started, and I will see you probably very soon in a course intro meeting, and then I'll see you at the finish line, which is super exciting as well. So take care. That's it.